I'm Carl Reuter, and welcome to the Stony Brook Sports Report. Let's talk women's soccer right now with the head coach, Sue Ryan, and two coaches left, her senior captain, Brooke Barbuto. And Sue, unbelievably that you just finished 24 years. And it's a great season that ends kind of like on that bittersweet note. You lose to BU 2-1 in the America East Championship game. What was the season like, despite that loss?
We had a great year, and at the beginning of the year you set your goals, and our goal was to go to the America East final and win the game, and we were almost there, but that can't take away from the success of our season. We have a young team, and the success of that team through our home games and our conference game was shown time and time again, so we're really looking forward to a bright future for our program.
All right, a young team, but the captainship of what Brooke did for you as the senior, what did she mean to this program for you?
I'll tell you, that made the difference in our team this year. We have such a young team, and it's up to the leaders of the team going into the year. We thought we only had two seniors, and halfway through we found out that two other players are actually eligible to graduate in May. So a bulk of the leadership went to two captains, and Brooke, being one of the captains, just took this team, put them on her shoulders, and led them on the field and off the field. It was a great ability that she has to show them what is meant by playing hard, competition, competing, and playing at the Division I level.
Brooke, I guess as I mentioned, I used the word bittersweet. You got to that championship and losing 2-1 to BU up in Boston. Did it put a sting to your career here? I mean, you got to that championship game. Were you tasting that championship and it just didn't happen?
Yeah, like I never wanted anything more. But, I mean, it was an amazing experience to get that far, and that was our goal this year. So it was just great to make it there.
How would you sum up your career here at Stony Brook?
Awesome. I mean, we didn't make it as far as I wanted it to. Like, I always wanted to win a championship and get a ring. But, I mean, I wouldn't give back anything. Like, over the 4 years, we just developed and grew as a program, and it meant everything in the world to me.
So you were saying as you walked in here, arguably the best player on your team. I guess you could say it was very easy to describe Brooke as being the backbone of the program.
Absolutely, and one of the things that Brooke and I talked about at the beginning of the year was coming in. Last year she was a first-team all-conference player, and obviously one of the strongest midfielders in the league. And you kind of say to yourself, okay, as a senior, how much better can I get? How much more can I do? And let me tell you, she got a lot better. and it happened in times when we needed a game-winning goal, and it happened in times when we needed somebody to put the assist through to one of our freshmen to score the game-winning goal. She did the things that needed to be done in tight-pressure, game-winning situations, not necessarily after the score is already 3-0. That's what you want from a senior captain, and that's what she did all year long.
Brooke, was that a challenge to you, being a leader, a senior, a captain on this team, leading younger ladies on this Stony Brook program?
Yes, definitely. It was just my goal to do the best I could and lead them, and just to help them to succeed to where we did.
I'm sorry, you came to Stony Brook from Cicero High School out of Syracuse, a psych major, a minor in business. What would you like to do when you graduate? I mean, you'll look towards building a career, but you're looking towards playing professional soccer as well?
Yeah, I just definitely want to stay involved with the game, whether it's playing or coaching. Just not ready to give it up yet.
And, Coach, you'll have a lot to say with this. She's going to try out for this new league that is starting in April of this coming 2009. What are her chances?
Well, everybody has a shot, and once you get to the field, it doesn't matter where you've come from, what your stats are. The decisions are made for what you do between the white lines. And I think where Brooke has developed as a player, I think she has a good shot. We could be watching television and seeing her playing for a team, coming this April.
All right, we mentioned two-time All-America East selection. You're not going to have the services of Brooke anymore, but let's talk positive, and we'll go back to Brooke. But let's go from goal and work our way towards the offensive side. You have Marissa Viola back as a keeper next year. She'll be a senior. She has just meant a lot between the pipes, hasn't she?
That's the backbone of our defense. There's something that they say about soccer. If you have somebody who can prevent the balls from going in, and you have somebody who can put the balls in, you're doing okay. and that's what we have. We have a keeper who you have to work hard to beat her. And she's been tremendous. And she actually sat out a couple of games with an injury. And Amanda Hemme, another graduating senior, stepped in and filled her spot for a couple of games. And again, that's a testament to the depth of our team. We had a couple key players out throughout the year, others players stepped in, filled those roles, and we continued to be successful. So I'm proud of that. But for Marissa to cut out a couple of games and then just the first game back, step right in, give us a win was tremendous.
Brooke, what's it like when you know that you have a keeper like Marissa back there? I mean, you pretty much know that, all you need is like maybe one goal to win a game. What's it like having a backbone of a keeper like that?
It's an amazing feeling because personally, I'm just so confident with her back there. Like, if our defense gets beat and somebody's going on a breakaway with Marissa, I just think that they're probably not going to make it. She just holds this team together and has kept us in so many games.
As you move forward with your life and you look back on what's going to remain here on this women's soccer program at Stony Brook, is the future very bright, as Coach is talking about, because of the young talent that's here? You've set the stone. Can they carry through now?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think they have extreme amounts of talent. It's just a matter of, like, who's going to step up and, like, fill those roles. And I think Marissa Viola is a great, like, prospect, and she just is a huge part of this team.
All right, Coach, you don't replace people like Brooke. You try to fill in the gaps a little bit, who you're looking to fill in there, not so much for what they do on the field, but off the field, which is just as important.
Absolutely. That's the difference. It's the intangibles. It's the leadership. It's the captain ability. It's the ability. Basically, Brooke is my voice in the locker room, on the field. She now, having played here, knows my expectations, knows my philosophy. So when the players are going in one direction, she pulls them back in another direction. Brooke came to me maybe about a month ago and said, listen, we want to make sure that everybody on the team is just as fit, even those not playing. So I'm going to institute a pre-practice run where we're all going to run before practice to keep everybody fit. That's a leader. That's somebody who's considering the whole team, not just the starting team. And that's something that the other players, as they're looking up to, will realize someday I'm going to be filling that role. And that's what makes a program.
Brooke, your playing days are over with the women's soccer team, but does it still remain a team for you until May comes and you graduate? Will you still associate? Will you still work out with the gals as well?
I'll definitely associate with them. They're my best friends. They're the reason I made it through all 4 years here. And I definitely want to keep playing. It's just a matter of if Coach lets me. And, I think there comes a point where I need to, like, veer off and do my own thing, and they need, like, other people to step up and take charge.
Coach, season is over for this year. You're already, I'm sure, working for next year. So what are some of the things that you've already begun for 2009?
Yeah, we're making our schedule a bit tougher. We have a great recruiting class who we think is arguably one of our best recruiting classes coming in for this year. But as you say, I leave Thursday to go to a tournament for 3 days and the recruiting process starts. So that part never ends. For us as coaches, we enjoy seeing the players every day. That's the best part of coaching, is being with your kids, being with your team. But now the part comes to prepare them for the secondary season. That's when the bulk of our teaching is done and recruiting new prospects. Steve Wellham, our new assistant coach, he's done a fabulous job. He just works and works and works to do that. That's been one of the reasons our program has, kind of catapulted forward. So that's what we'll do in the entire off season: train our current players and recruit prospective students to the team.
Brooke, congratulations, and nothing but success to no matter what you do in the future. Coach, wow, year number 25 will be upcoming. Thanks so much for always spending some time with us.
Thanks very much.
That's our show for today. We'll see you next time on the Stony Brook Sports Report.